Cumin, karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar. Today I'm going to share with you how I make this beautiful creamy butter chicken. So I'm using about 1.5 pounds of chicken breast that I have cut it into cubes, even cubes. And we are going to marinate this. You can use Tandoori Masala if you have. They come in brown, orange, or sometimes pink. But for those of you who don't have, I'm going to be using a blend of spices, which I'll share with you in the description box below. So I'm going to add all my spices in there. And 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger and garlic paste, some salt to taste, and also a thick plain yogurt, about 3 tablespoons. And about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil for some moisture. And you're going to squeeze in some lemon or lime, maybe 1 or 2. I used about 2 tablespoons of the juice. All right, then after this, you're just going to mix it well to make sure that everything is well combined. Something like that. Now, if you need to add color, because most of tandoori masalas have color, so I've got orange and red, but today I'm going to be using the red color. And some people like to use tomato paste to add the color, so if you want to use tomato paste to get the red color, please go ahead and use that as well. All right, so we're just going to mix this well and then cover it, and I keep it in the fridge for about 2 hours to marinate. So the rest of my ingredients, I'll be using cashew nuts today, but if you want, you can use almonds as well. And I've got my onions, I've just cut them into big chunks, and my tomatoes are already blanched. We just need to peel them. Well, so I've got my pan on high heat. I'm just going to sear my chicken. In my old video, by the way, this is a video that I'm redoing it. I had it only in English. In that video, I grilled the chicken. So if you're looking for something smoky, you can go ahead and grill the chicken. So on the grill or on the stovetop too, you can do that. So I'm just going to sear this like on 4 minutes on each side, because the chicken is already tender from the marinade. You know, the yogurt really helps the chicken to tenderize. So I'm looking for something like this, that little bit crust over there. It's so nice and beautiful. So once that's done, and by the way, you can serve the chicken like this if you want to. It's really beautiful. Sometimes when I want to have something dry, I just serve it just like that. All right, and once that's done, we are going to start making the sauce, and I've added about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and we're going to add reduce the heat now to medium, onions. So I add my onions there. As you can see, they're big chunks. I'm not worried about the size here because we are going to be blending the onions later on. And I'm going to use Ajwini seeds, which are also known as bishop weed seed or carom seeds. They look like this. These seeds bring a very distinctive flavors in the butter chicken. All right, so I've added that, about 1 teaspoon, and about 1 tablespoon of cumin powder and 1 tablespoon of coriander powder. And we're just going to saute that and let the spices cook well until they start releasing their aromas. And then we add about 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger and garlic paste. So you need to make 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger and garlic paste, 1 for the marinade and 1 to use it over here. All right, so we're just going to saute again, and now I'm going to add my cashew nuts. I've used about 1/4 cup of cashew nuts. You can use almonds. I think in my earlier video I used almonds, but this time I wanted to use cashew nuts because I just had cashew nuts. And then we add the tomatoes. My tomatoes always blanch, especially for this dish. All right, so we're just gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then I add water. If you have chicken stock, this dish is gonna be beautiful. I'm using the Maggi cube. I really don't like to use Maggi cube, but I didn't have chicken stock on this particular day, which is so unusual of me. So I'm just using 1 Maggi cube. And we're going to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, going to cover it and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes until your liquid has reduced. I used about 2 cups of water, has reduced to almost half. And then we are going to blend this mixture to a nice, fine, smooth paste. And once we have done that, we have to strain it, because especially the cashew nuts, for some reason, they really don't cook as tender as the almonds do. The almonds gives you a really, really beautiful sauce. Okay, but the cashew nuts are a little bit grainy. All right, so that's done. And it's on the heat there. And we're gonna add our chicken to it. You don't need to stir, but I don't know why I did, because I didn't add anything to it. Okay, so now we're gonna add our chicken. So we add our chicken, and then now you can stir. Mix it well, and make sure your heat is low. And if you have a high level pan, that way your sauce doesn't splash, that would be better. And so we're just going to let it cook for about 5 minutes until all the sauce gets really, really into the chicken. So now, the original recipes, most of them use heavy whipping cream. You could use the fresh one, or you could use the Nestle table cream. I used to use this a lot when I was in Dubai. That's better when you're cooking. But today I wanted to show you that you can also use the coconut cream. I haven't found much difference in the taste, so I thought for those of you who don't have the heavy cream, you can use coconut cream. It's beautiful. But since I'm using the coconut cream, I'm going to cook it for like 3 minutes. But if you're using heavy whipping cream, you do not bring this to a boil, all right? You don't want to cook the heavy whipping cream because it will split. But for the coconut, we'll let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes until the coconut cooks, all right? And now we're ready to serve our butter chicken. As you can see, it's so beautiful and creamy. You can serve this with anything that you want. I served it along with the spinach that I posted. And now we're going to sprinkle some garam masala. And if you wonder how this dish got its name, butter chicken without any butter, at this point we add our butter, and it's going to melt into this hot butter chicken. And we're going to sprinkle some coriander. Thank you so much. For more recipes, please visit me at Aroma of Zanzibar. You'll find all the ingredients and measurements in the description box below and on this very last page.